Hello! How are you? Good. I hope you're great. My name is Reed. Welcome to my amateur YouTube channel. This is RVD the Doodar. That's my new name for this channel. You can call me RVD. Some people call me Reed. And in another life, some people call me the Widowmaker and Damien Nightwing. Spoiler alert. I just wanted to do... I've been on YouTube over 5 years now. It's a low-end amateur YouTube channel. Some of my videos from 3 years ago. Video quality wasn't as good. Sound quality was atrocious. I was filming on my laptop. I didn't know any better. Blah, blah, blah. And then my laptop upgraded. And then videos were a little bit better. Yada, yada, yada. I've done lots of crazy things like that. Because I saw some pretty horrible YouTube channels. And I was like, I can do better than that. And I had some spare time. And I was going through a midlife crisis. And identity theft and, moving to another, a whole bunch of shit just happened in my life when I started filming YouTube videos back in 2015, and most of them were hockey related, about Connor McDavid and the Oilers winning the draft and other things, and there's a couple things I'm going to do in the next couple weeks and film stuff while I have time, living the quarantine life and self-isolation and captain trips and the pandemic, yada, yada, yada. And a lot of my videos have had, themes. I mean, I really don't come up with plans, obviously. It's weird. I just kind of go off. I film stuff, and I mispronounce words, and I do lots of Ricky Bobby hand movements and stuff, and, sometimes I swear, and it's good times. But this video kind of has a theme. It's called, One of These Things is Not Like the Other. I think that's how I'm going to name this video. And pretty much what it is, it's over the history of the movie industry. Sometimes Hollywood, back in the day, Hollywood now is totally atrocious. Hollywood couldn't come up with an original idea to save their lives. Hollywood is almost brain dead and bankrupt. Thank God for superhero movies and Christopher Nolan, because those are the only things that are really keeping Hollywood afloat. Yeah, some Disney animated stuff, for sure, because families like to go to movies too. Jeez. But original ideas in Hollywood, they don't happen very often anymore. That's why everything's a remake. That's why everything's a reboot. And it's getting annoying. Back in the day, when there was a reboot or a remake every now and then, it was like, oh, that's kind of a cool idea. Oh, I'd like to see that movie redone with special effects and a better budget and yada, yada, yada. Not like, let's do Ghostbusters with all-woman cast and have it have nothing to do with Ghostbusters because, we're smart. Or let's, redo Magnum P.I. on TV. Or, you know what I'm talking about. I could go on. I don't want this video to go off on a tirade. I do that. One of these things is not like the other. Is sometimes in the history of Hollywood releases two similar movies. Sometimes with very similar plots. Sometimes with the exact same plot. But with different stars, different directors, different names. But they're clearly almost the same exact movie. And it's insane. It's crazy. So I just wanted to quickly, let's say under 15 minutes, talk about some of these movies. I'll give you a couple, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. You can judge me on that, and we can all go on with our lives. Because hopefully the NHL is returning. Hopefully the pandemic is coming to an end and people starting to realize, hey, life is full of risks. We can't just hide inside forever, bankrupt the economy, and live in fear. Because, as someone who's lost a parent to a drunk driver, as someone who's lost many relatives and my mom to cancer, life is full of risks, okay? So we can't just hide because some fucking super flu, Captain Trips, might give us a bad cough, might make us sick. Life is risk. So we need to move forward, and we adapt, and we educate ourselves, and we improve safety measures, and we move on with our lives until the next thing comes along to scare us into fear. And there's lots of bad things going on in the States right now as I'm recording these videos, and holy cow, thank God I live in Canada. Thank God I'm Canadian. Nothing but positive, well wishes, good thoughts, hoping the United States of America can figure out racism, how to deal with black people, and how to figure out that we're all the human race. We're all the same kind of people. Yes, things are meant to divide us. Religion divided the world. Religion teaches hate upon hate. Religion teaches disrespect towards women and ownership and stuff like that. Culture, class, money divides us as a human race. There are bad apples. There are lots of evil people in the world. That's why we have jails. That's why we have a justice system. That's why we have law and order. Not everyone is the same with the way they act. But we are all the same when we're born and we're raised differently. And it's crazy to think that you can just hate a complete stranger based on their skin color. Everyone I hate in the real world has done something to me or to a friend of mine, someone I care about. If someone has wronged me to a degree where I shame them, where I shun them for years and years, I have reasons to hate people. I do not have a reason to hate a complete stranger based on their skin color. And it's crazy that the United States is still going through that in 2020. Anyway, just to add some context of when this video and stuff. Anyway, back to happier things, like the Colorado Avalanche probably going to win the Stanley Cup, Zack Snyder's Justice League, stuff like that. Tom Cruise is probably going to die in space. Anyway, so here's a couple examples of when Hollywood does the same kind of movie in the same kind of some of these movies come out in the same year. This movie, I didn't even realize this was a fair comparison. 2013, After Earth, M. Night Shyamalan's After Earth, and Tom Cruise, Oblivion. I saw both of these movies in the theater. Here's a little known fact about me. Besides the fact that I think Kendra Lust is the hottest porn star of all time, and I really like women in sexy high heels, and, you know, I'm a butt man, booty man, Rochelle Ryan, Sarah J., Janet Mason, Brandy Love, Kendra Lust. I'm going off. M. Night Shyamalan. That's right, that's a weird segue. M. Night Shyamalan has stolen more money from me going to theaters with me hating him. M. Night Shyamalan does some weird Jedi mind trick with me where he whammies me, he tricks me, and a couple times over the last 15 years, I've made the mistake of going, maybe that'll be a good movie. After Earth was that movie, because here's the thing. I'm a big Will Smith fan. I like Will Smith. Will Smith is one of the top 3 black actors in the world today. He's one of the greatest movie stars of our generation. A movie star, a television star, a successful rapper. Crazy. The trifecta. Well, I didn't know that After Earth wasn't going to be about Will Smith. It was going to be about a stupid, pain in the butt, annoying son. Oh, God. After Earth is one of the worst movies I've ever seen. Tom Cruise, Oblivion. I didn't mind it. I remember I saw this movie with my friend Mike. He liked it. I liked it. I wasn't into Game of Thrones at the time, so he's like, hey, that guy's from Game of Thrones. And I was like, oh yeah, that's cool. I prefer Oblivion. I own Oblivion on Blu-ray. I like Oblivion. I love Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise is the greatest movie star of our generation, and you can't even debate it. It doesn't say he's the best actor or your favorite actor. He's the greatest movie star of our generation, Tom Cruise. So Tom Cruise versus Will Smith's stupid, ignorant, annoying son in an M. Night Shyamalan movie with a weird twist and stupid dialogue? Oblivion is the better movie out of those two. And it's weird that those two are like a comparison. 2005, The Cave and The Descent. Part of the reason you're going to follow me on YouTube and subscribe to me and enjoy me is I'm going to be honest, even when it makes me look bad. I've never seen The Cave. I never wanted to see The Cave. So, by default, The Cave has already lost this matchup. Why? Because The Descent is probably one of the best horror movies of the last 20 years. Probably in the top 10 scary horror movie best top 10 lists of all time. The Descent is amazing. Even they made a sequel to The Descent, which isn't bad, but the original Descent in 2005 about a group of women who go cave jumping, diving, spelunking, whatever, and they encounter some things underground. Whoo! Amazing. This is a weird comparison, which is funny because I'm someone who's passionate, which is code for horny. 1995, Showgirls. 1996, Striptease. Wow. So Paul Verhoeven, the director of RoboCop, Total Recall, Starship Troopers, and Basic Instinct, directed Showgirls. A movie with Elizabeth Hurley licking a pole as a stripper, which is one of the greatest achievements in cinematic history, of her licking that pole. Wow, I love that scene. Anyway, Demi Moore, in 1996, was prime super hotness. They paid Demi Moore like $12 million, I think it was, just to be naked on film. Burt Reynolds is in Striptease. Showgirls is one of the worst movies ever filmed. Horrible script, horrible story, horrible acting. Showgirls wins. I own Showgirls on Blu-ray. I own Showgirls. Is a guilty pleasure movie, for sure. As someone who enjoys a fair amount of adult entertainment, I can appreciate both of these movies on a different level. But I'm going to tell you, I've never watched Striptease all the way through. And I thought Demi Moore was one of the hottest women of the 90s. And Demi Moore is one of the best reasons to even watch that sequel to Charlie's Angels 2, with Drew Barrymore and Cameron Diaz and Lucy Liu. Remember those movies in 2000, 2003? Demi Moore is the bad angel in Charlie's Angels 2, and that's when she's a MILF and sexy and whatever. Demi Moore is fucking hot. Demi Moore in Indecent Proposal, woo! Demi Moore in Disclosure, woo! But still, because I haven't fully watched Striptease, doing the Ricky Bobby thing, Showgirls wins because I own Showgirls. As atrocious as that movie is, Showgirls wins. It's a horrible movie. Like, Showgirls is so bad, I would, like, recommend, like, some pretty high-end adult entertainment for you to watch, and you would be like, that's much better than this movie that was, like, NC-17. Oh, my God. Showgirls. Little known fact about Showgirls. Showgirls was the last widely distributed NC-17 movie. Yeah, and that was in 1995. Also, I'm pretty sure Showgirls opened the same day as Seven, because I remember my friend Clint, I think he saw Showgirls instead of Seven. By accident. Like, I mean, you know. Anyway. This is, we're going to come back to that one. Okay. In 1989, The Abyss, James Cameron, and Leviathan. Leviathan, I'm pretty sure I saw a long time ago. But I don't remember much about it. The Abyss is the movie from James Cameron that everyone forgets about. Ed Harris is in it. Michael Biehn's in it. Mary Elizabeth Mastrantonio is in it. Pretty sure I just butchered her last name. It's an underwater first contact story with great visual effects, and they filmed all of it, if not most of it, underwater. I remember seeing The Abyss in a movie theater in 1989. I don't remember Leviathan. So The Abyss wins this matchup. It's weird that they're kind of the same, because Leviathan was also, like, I think they were on an oil rig, and they discover something in the ocean. Turns out to be, like, a creature that tries to kill them, yada, yada, yada. Abyss, kind of different. There's a subplot with the world almost being at war, and they're... Anyway, The Abyss wins. The Abyss is one of James Cameron's forgotten movies. I will shit on James Cameron for being an awful Canadian, for being one of the worst human beings on earth for his political standpoints. I hate Avatar. I don't want to see 15 Avatar sequels. Titanic was good for its time and, you know, deserved a lot of, you know, Academy Awards, but shouldn't have won Best Picture. James Cameron's made a lot of good movies back in his heyday, but that James Cameron doesn't exist anymore. So, everyone remembers Aliens, Terminator 2, Terminator, True Lies. If you haven't seen The Abyss, look up The Abyss. This is a weird matchup. 1986, Top Gun, Tom Cruise, and Iron Eagle. Iron Eagle, the only thing I remember about Iron Eagle is the fact that Louis Gossett Jr. was in it, and some other guy. I never saw it. Top Gun. Top Gun is a movie that everyone's loving again. I think my roommate actually just bought the new Blu-ray version, upgraded version of it. And Maverick, Top Gun 2 is coming out sometime next year. Listen, Top Gun back in the day, great soundtrack, entertaining movie, directed by Tony Scott, Ridley Scott's brother. The original Top Gun has a pretty good cast. Tom Skerritt, Michael Ironside, young Anthony Edwards, young Meg Ryan, not just Tom Cruise and Kelly McGillis, plus Val Kilmer. But Top Gun has the most awkward bromance in the history of films between Iceman and Maverick. I dare you to watch Top Gun now. Even you, Mark. I dare you to watch Top Gun in 2020 and tell me that movie holds up. Not from visual effects, airplane, from a story point. Top Gun is a movie that hasn't aged well. Top Gun wins this matchup. The year 2000. Red Planet. Pretty sure that starred Val Kilmer. Oh, and Carrie-Anne Moss and Tom Sizemore. Wow, interesting. Never saw it. Mission to Mars. Brian De Palma film. Gary Sinise is in it. Tim Robbins is in it. I think Connie Nielsen is in it. She just came off Gladiator. I saw Mission to Mars in the theater. They really used a good Van Halen song in it. Dance the Night Away and a little... Mission to Mars wins this because I never wanted to see Red Planet. I like Brian De Palma. Brian De Palma? Yeah. See? I don't know. It's weird. It's not a seizure. Trust me. Mission to Mars wins this. I saw it in the theater. And, I think I own it somewhere on DVD. In 2012, there was Mirror, Mirror and Snow White and the Huntsman. I never saw Mirror, Mirror, and I never wanted to. Julia Roberts is in that. Snow White and the Huntsman had Thor in it, Cameron Diaz in it. I own it on Steelbook Blu-ray, right over there. You can't see it. I've owned it for 6 years now. I've never watched it. Snow White and the Huntsman wins just because I own it. 2004, 2003. 2003, Finding Nemo. 2004, Shark Tale. Interesting comparison. I've never seen Shark Tale because I never wanted to. Finding Nemo, of course, is a classic. Finding Nemo wins. Interesting comparison on those two. That's a recent one. 1989, Turner and Hooch with Tom Hanks. K-9, starring James Belushi. I did see both of these back in the day. Tom Hanks wins. Turner and Hooch, man. Turner and Hooch. 1998, Ants and A Bug's Life. A Bug's Life. Wow. Ants. Remember Ants? Jerry Seinfeld? Yeah. Ants wins that matchup. 1997, Volcano with Tommy Lee Jones. And Dante's Peak with Pierce Brosnan and Lena Hamilton. I've seen both of these movies. I like Volcano more, man. Volcano, Tommy Lee Jones, Volcano. I think Volcano wins that matchup. I think it's a better movie, better story, better special effects. So yeah, we're going with Volcano. Okay, 2013, Olympus Has Fallen versus White House Down. White House Down is one of those movies I refuse to watch. I never will watch. You lost me on the casting of Channing Tatum and fucking Jamie Foxx. Oh, and Maggie Gyllenhaal's in it too. I didn't even know that. Olympus Has Fallen? Fuck yeah. Gerald Butler, Aaron Eckhart, who I fucking love, Morgan Freeman. Fuck yeah. Directed by the same guy who fucking filmed Training Day and Tears of the Sun, Olympus Has Fallen is now like a franchise. London Has Fallen, and then they just released a third one. I forget what its name is, but anyway, obviously it's a franchise now. Olympus Has Fallen wins that matchup easy. Big one, the big one, one of the big ones. 1994, Wyatt Earp versus late 1993 Tombstone. I love both of these movies. Tombstone, with Val Kilmer as Doc Hollywood, one of the best acting performances. Seriously. He was so good. He should have been nominated for an Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor. Kurt Russell as Wyatt Earp was really well done. Michael Biehn, who I have a secret man crush on, he's in it. He plays Johnny Ringo. Tombstone has an eclectic, all-star cast of lots of character actors. Jason Priestley's in it. There's a lot of good... Billy Zane's in Tombstone. Young Billy Bob Thornton is in Tombstone. Bill Paxton is in Tombstone. There's so many good actors in Tombstone. Tombstone is just worth watching based on the cast. And I love the movie. It's entertaining. It's fun. There's a lot of good lines. And then there's Wyatt Earp, directed by Lawrence Kasdan, the writer of The Empire Strikes Back. He also directed Body Heat. Kevin Costner is one of my 5 favorite actors of all time. This was right when Kevin Costner had just finished Waterworld, so people were starting to not be a fan of Kevin Costner. I love Wyatt Earp. Dennis Quaid plays Doc Hollywood in Doc Holliday. Doc Hollywood. Did I fucking say Doc Hollywood? Doc Hollywood, that's a Michael J. Fox film from the 80s. There you go. Dennis Quaid is very good as Doc Holliday in Wyatt Earp. But Val Kilmer is the better Doc Holliday. But in my personal opinion, Kevin Costner is a way better Wyatt Earp than Kurt Russell was. So in my dream world, I always thought Wyatt Earp and Tombstone should have been the same movie. They should have got married, and we could have had a 4-hour epic Western masterpiece. Kevin Costner as Wyatt Earp, Val Kilmer as Doc Holliday, and then most of the supporting cast from Tombstone sprinkled in with the setting and the way Wyatt Earp was directed and filmed. To me, would have been one of the greatest westerns of all time. So that's my personal opinion on that. From an entertainment point of view, I think Tombstone is the better movie. I own them both. I love them. But it's so close because I love Wyatt Earp because it's a slow burn. It's a slow pace. It gets into so much about the history of Wyatt Earp and his backstory and character development, where Tombstone is more about Tombstone and, everything that happened there. There's another quick matchup I got to quickly just get into. I got to look for it because I totally forgot about it. I made a quick note. Here it is. Saving Private Ryan, 1998 versus The Thin Red Line. Wow. I saw Saving Private Ryan in the movie theater 4 times. And yes, I even saw The Thin Red Line in the movie theater. Thin Red Line is directed by Terrence Malick. It had an all-star cast back then. Sean Penn's in it. John Travolta's in it. A whole bunch of actors are in The Thin Red Line. It's a Terrence Malick movie. Most of you don't know what that means, but Terrence Malick is a very interesting... I don't want to say boring, but his movies are long. His movies are drawn out, and there's a lot going on in his movies. So you really got to buckle in and just pay attention and enjoy it. Where Saving Private Ryan, obviously, is a masterpiece. Steven Spielberg, Tom Hanks, the movie that introduced Vin Diesel to the world. Holy cow, I'm possessed by JTE sometimes. Saving Private Ryan wins this matchup easily because it's a better film, it's an award-winning film, it's more entertaining, it's more realistic, it's more gritty, it's more heartbreaking. Saving Private Ryan is one of the best movies ever made. Thin Red Line is a good movie, for sure. Very well made, but... Anyway, that's my video. One of these things is not like the other. So I hope you enjoyed it. Crazy. I just wanted to make this video while I could. Throw it up on my YouTube channel. entertain some people, some mispronounced words, and fucking Doc Holliday. Doc Hollywood. Doc Holliday. Doc Hollywood. Anyway, thanks for watching. Give me a thumbs up. Hit a subscribe. Tell a friend. I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope you're being safe and all that stuff. And let's hope things improve for the world everywhere. And let's have a good time. And I'm going to cook some hamburger helper probably. And cheers. And Kendra Lust is amazing. And yeah, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Have a great day.